Interesting.
We have no idea who that is, America, and furthermore, we don't care. Welcome back to IDD. For those of you who I don't disagree, that is the redoubtable one to my right, the Law Dog to my left, flanked on the left, flanked by 2 Hall of Famers. I'm a lucky man. Highly questionable one. We are here on a slug 'em down, sip 'em slow, Sat Sunday, and we are back for segment 2, championship weekend. I don't believe I'm saying this. I don't really know if I'm right about this, but the consensus is that the 4 best teams in this league are left playing. I don't know that I agree with that.
No way.
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with it.
Detroit's not there.
Neither is Baltimore.
Neither is Baltimore.
Baltimore,
Yeah.
talk about wetting themselves.
Only lost by 2 with all those mistakes.
Mark Andrews. Talk about a Titanic-sized loafy.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the loaf of loafs.
Well, and the
Last
tough
time he
part-
fumbled 5 years ago.
5 years ago, last time he dropped a pass.
That's crazy.
Here's the tough part. It was a frozen loaf. So you know it hurt the hole.
Yeah.
I mean, that thing just came sputtering. I mean, just bam!
Frozen.
Almost
you-
like Ty coming out the next day.
geez.
That's
Yeah.
It was a pointy one.
makes you wince, you know.
That was a pointy one.
Yeah, that's one of those.
Like shit in a brick.
You're not right for a while. You're like, you curl up in the fetal position
Well,
afterwards for
okay,
a while.
so-
You're like, your body's all fucked up. It's like,
Did we? I think so. We did this.
not had one hit. Not one.
Not one hit.
Proof I don't need it.
The man is a connoisseur of fine loafies.
Dude, the frozen loaf is.
He just-
I mean, it's.
I see the
it's-
Spartan Dogs got another win.
Yes, they did. It was
Unique.
Vanderbilt. I
And
Rutgers
MSG,
made that a game. And
Yeah.
that kid from
Not at MSG.
yeah, was at MSG today.
MSG today.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? Knicks were at MSG tonight.
Tonight, yeah,
And
this
the
is-
Mets had a team building event at MSG tonight.
That's why it's
MSG was the place to be.
The old Mecca.
The old
Mecca.
The old.
I don't know how it was ever the Mecca. They got 2 world championships.
I know.
What the fuck? Detroit has more. What the fuck are you talking about?
That's true.
here?
I will say though, when the Knicks are good, it is a hell of an environment.
I love it. No,
Yes,
it's
it
better
really
when
That
New
is
York
true,
is
yeah.
in it.
You can tell the
they're
city's
one of
just got a
they're one of the
different
big
spirit about it.
dogs. They're one of the big dogs, New York. So you want when they're in it, or their team, one of them's in it. Yeah, it's better.
Yeah.
I'm a Boston guy. I can tell you that. Okay, so it's true. It's kind of boring when one of them's not
Yeah.
there. Let's be honest. So unless your team is in there, you don't give a fuck.
Right, exactly.
But the bottom line is, the Knicks are they're third right now in the East, so they're contending, and they're not playing great, but they're there.
Well, they struggle with their depth.
Yeah,
But back to the frozen
both
loaf.
the frozen loaf.
And that's a transition. That's what that's called.
No,
Baltimore
I don't
had
know
a
if that was
serious.
Oh yeah.
They should be here. And this is the problem, which
They really
leads.
should.
They really should be here. Here's the problem.
3 turnovers.
3.
Yeah.
And they were on the 2-yard line, and their best pass catcher dropped a ball that hit him in the hands, and he was he was in the end zone.
Dude,
After all the
okay,
mistakes, that would have
It's all
tied
that,
it.
it would have tied
know?
it. It's
Here's
like-
the thing I don't really agree with. Now, okay, it wasn't a great pass, but people have been putting it on Lamar, and I'm like,
No.
it hit the
It
guy in
landed.
his stomach.
It
Yeah, yeah.
landed in his hands
his
and then
stomach.
bounced off
He
his
could've-
stomach.
He could have body catched
He
it.
was sliding into the end
But nobody
zone.
had a problem
so
with that
if he
amazing pass he threw for that touchdown. Where he just ran it and the
Likely?
dude slid.
To Likely?
Yeah,
That
oh,
was
my God.
that was a great play.
Yeah.
Lamar,
like, oh.
look, Lamar Jackson did not lose this game.
No.
He overcame a mistake himself and
true.
took them down the field against a very good defense, and they were right there.
And Andrews had a chance to
And
overcome his because
He
he had a
this
big
thing. It was a
fumble prior.
double. It was a double frozen loaf.
It was a double entendre.
It was a double.
It was the double entendre, the fumble and then the drop.
The double
Oh, man.
entendre of a loafy? Is the loafy an entendre loafy?
A double on Lofi.
A double on loafy. So that's worse than the frozen loafy.
I don't know. The frozen loaf. It was no.
But there was 2 of them.
His game was a frozen loaf. That fumble
whole
and the
thing?
drop. That was the frozen loaf combined. The frozen loaf didn't shoot out until he dropped that
So-
pass. He landed on the frozen loaf.
This leads me into this game. Or do you want to do the Eagles Washington one?
Let's start AFC because
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
So this is the problem. You've heard me say this at nauseum, and this is why I really wish Baltimore was here, because 1, they have more weapons than Buffalo, and 2, I know everybody thinks that Buffalo is due. Buffalo has actually had success against Kansas City in the regular season. Baltimore never beats these guys.
Yeah.
They always get close and they always wet themselves.
Yeah.
And it's always Harbaugh overthinking the obvious. And the problem is Buffalo already beat these guys once. And I always say it's hard to beat a good team twice
Yep.
in the same season. And now they're going to have to go there and do it. Okay,
I don't get it. Yeah,
and I honestly
agree.
don't know that Buffalo is here if Baltimore just takes care of the football.
But now that they are, does the matchup favor them?
Here's the problem. On paper, the matchup favors them, but that's not the first time that this has happened and they've loafed themselves. In fact, it's the norm.
Yeah.
It's what Buffalo usually does in this moment. They are the consummate loafers. They are that franchise is a original. If we had a league of Loafingtons, like they'd be one of the original 6, because that's what they do. Them, Minnesota, the fucking Jets. I mean, if we had an original a league of Loafingtons,
Yeah.
they'd be one of the original 6. Because Cleveland, they just fuck up. They get here, they loaf themselves. It goes back to the fucking Norwood kick. They just fucking it's unbelievable. That's their fucking history. What's different?
Yeah. What's different?
What's different?
So
You can stand there. Go ahead. Sorry.
No. I wasn't. I was just gonna say historical loaves.
I'm saying they're
History of loaves.
in the league of Loafingtons.
So you like Kansas City? Is what
They're in
you're
the
saying?
league. This is the problem. They're the better team on paper,
Sure.
but
This could be the time.
whether they fuck it up or the refs, by the way, in the 112 or 13 year league history of the league in the playoffs, what happened last Sunday had never fucking happened. The Texans outgained them by 130 yards. They had an 8-minute time possession. They had 0 turnovers, and they converted over 50% of their third downs, and they lost. Because penalty-wise, it was 8-4. And when Troy Aikman, who I think is the best announcer in the game right now, I'm going to get my pushback on that in terms of color commentary. When he's losing his shit on the air, and they go to the guy in New York, and the guy in New York doesn't disagree with him either, it's like... So this is the problem. This is why I'm picking Kansas City, because either the Bills are going to shit themselves, or one of these refs is going to make one of those calls, because that's what they've done. One of two things is going to happen here. Buffalo is not leaving there with a win.
I'm feeling a tingle about Buffalo.
A tingle.
Little tingle. But if I'm getting the tingle in the ass, that might mean loaf.
Might be.
That's the
That
tingle
might
you're
mean-
getting.
maybe
I assure you,
that's
that's
the
the tingle.
tingle I'm getting.
He's getting the pre-loaf tingle.
Getting the anal tingle, which means a loaf is gonna happen.
I feel like the narrative for this game is, can Josh Allen get over the hump?
Right.
He's played well.
And he's played well.
He has not cost them
But
in
he's
this. This is the other problem.
He's got people believing again. It's kind of like
It's
when
not
you watch
him.
the same movie over and over again, you kind of know
It's
what to
not
expect.
him. Just like it
You know what
was
I mean?
in Lamar
When
last
you still
Sunday.
watch it, you already know what's going to happen.
It wasn't Lamar last Sunday. It's not going to be Josh Allen tomorrow. It's somebody on that fucking Bills roster.
It's
It's
gonna be
gonna
Cook
load
or
the It's
something like
probably
that.
going to be the donkey that has one job: cover Travis Kelce, and he's probably going to be more talented, and Kelsey's going to burn him anyway. That's the guy who's going to probably loaf himself tomorrow.
Part of me wants to pick Buffalo. I don't know why.
On the road, that's going to be tough.
I want to
Arrowhead,
pick
but
Buffalo with every
Look,
fiber of my being.
they
because
want
on
Patrick
paper,
Mahomes in Super Bowl.
I'll be very clear about this. On paper, Buffalo is the better team, and they should win this game tomorrow.
There's too much money.
They should.
They got Caitlin Clark in the booth now.
I'm saying this fucking thing is
Big
rigged.
money.
This is rigged.
Yeah.
Okay, I can't. Troy Aikman was the tip of the iceberg for me. He's the one who pushed me over the edge last week. I was kind of on the fence, going, "Come on, you're being a little ridiculous here." When Troy Aikman is losing his shit, that's when I'm like, you know what? You know what?
You know what I'll say kind of brought me over to that side a bit, because I think a lot of it has to do with anytime there's a dynasty, this is what people do. They
Yeah.
did it to the Patriots.
Yes, they did.
The only thing that kind of made me go, was when he flopped.
That's the other
That kind of, I was
That's
like,
the other thing. The
why?
flop.
Don't do
The
that.
flop was Brady
Like,
never
yeah,
did that.
you-
Brady
Well,
never
you
fucking
can't
did that.
flop in
Okay.
football. It's dangerous.
He
Yeah,
tried to
because
literally throw the
guys-
arms out. I'm like, oh my
Guys
god.
can't hit you. Like, don't flop, because you're gonna end up either getting hurt next time. Someone's
Yeah.
really gonna fucking
you're right.
hit
Well, you know what? What's the one thing that could definitely derail them tomorrow? Someone
he gets
finally
hurt.
goes, you know what?
Oh, yeah.
I don't care if they throw the flag. Take him out if he does that
Just
again.
nail it.
Damar
Yeah,
Hamlin,
I'll
pick six.
say it.
It's going
Yeah.
to be another guy, he says. Damar Hamlin, pick six.
You think
You're calling that?
You calling that?
Because you said it won't be Josh Allen. They'll wet themselves.
It's not going to
But
be
it-
Josh Allen.
But if they
Someone
don't,
else on that roster.
someone else on the roster is going to do it.
wet
And
themselves.
what would be greater than a Damar Hamlin pick six?
I'm saying,
Well,
yeah.
that wouldn't be a wedding though. That would be an absolute dry.
But he said if they don't, my impression was if they don't, there's no way that they.
No,
you know
I
what
don't
mean?
think
You
Kansas
they're gonna-
City. I
you
don't
think
think
Kansas City.
I don't think Kansas City's going to outplay him in this game. I think Buffalo's going to make a mistake.
Yeah.
Or
okay.
these refs are going to do what these refs have been doing every time
Yeah,
they're in
right,
a
right.
game. Like, think about what I just said.
Well, there's a
In the
lot there.
112 12, 15 years in the league, what happened last week at Arrowhead had never fucking happened in the playoffs.
Yeah.
That's beyond ridiculous.
Yeah.
They outplayed them in every fucking meaningful facet of the game.
It's
and
crazy.
And
It
fucking
lost.
lost because
Yeah.
of penalties.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Well, I mean, they kind of
these were bad penalties, man.
The only one that I will say is when he got the roughing the passer call with the ref
There's
call
two of them.
with the one that the ref called from behind, where the guy came in high.
Yeah, but he hit the
And
he hit the
caught him with a little bit of the face
No,
mask,
but it was
wasn't
after he hit the damn shoulder pad
but
first.
But Mahomes went like this, and I think from that angle, it was helmet to helmet.
Yeah.
The
throw a flag.
sideline judges didn't call that penalty. They have a better angle of it.
Right,
Neither
right.
one
It was
of them
the
threw a flag.
back
That's the
judge,
problem. Why
yeah.
the back judge throw the flag?
Dr.
You
Pepper's
can't.
good.
It's wonderful.
It's wonderful.
The good
It's
doctor.
the best.
doesn't-
It's the best soda on the market.
It is.
That's really good, man.
I'm talking all the sports shows,
cream
all
soda,
the sports shows, the Dr. Pepper,
Zero.
sugar, cream sugar. It's amazing.
Oh.
Zero sugar
yeah,
cream soda. We wouldn't be able to be on the air right now.
No.
Without that sponsorship.
I love it.
They cover all the shirts.
Right.
Everything.
They cover the shirts.
beautiful.
They cover the wire that we have to tingle
elect-
around.
All the marijuana. I mean, all the
Electric
whatever.
sex, electric sex, the good
They keep
doctor.
us
all
right.
day. Yeah. So anyway, I'm going with
Joe
Kansas
Moose,
City in this game.
refills.
And again, I want to be very clear about this. Buffalo is the better team. They should win this game. Something's going to fuck it up.
So you're going KC.
I'm going KC.
I'm gonna go KC as
Something's
well.
gonna fuck it up.
You're going with a tingle, aren't you?
Well, because here's my thing.
But where is that tingle again?
it could be in the ass. I'm trying to hone in. Is it that?
Where's that tingle coming?
First of all, you can't mistake the ass tingle.
Well, when you're
This
this,
not-
when
is that
you're
my
this
armpit?
cold,
No, it's yours.
When you're this cold, you can. I can't feel my toes. I'm not sure if the tingle's up here on my neck or if it's at the bottom of my spine and my asshole.
That's quite a gap.
Right, but the
top
spine is
of your neck
connected. The
I
spine
know,
is
but
connected.
there's
So
quite a
just
gap.
roll with it.
Roll with it.
Gut feeling, go with Buffalo.
All right, I'm going Buffalo because here's my thing.
I hope he's right. I hope you're right. I really do. I don't want Casey to win this.
I'm gonna pick. Well, I'll wait, but I feel like what's gonna happen is both the teams that I want to win are not gonna get in.
That's my other problem. I would love to see a Buffalo Washington Super Bowl.
But there's no way, right?
No way it's gonna happen. Okay, which leads us to our second pick, Philly Washington. Look, I don't doubt that. And again, I said this last week, and I was proven right. Jaden Daniels is just that dude.
Yeah, you did.
He is not going to. He will. Again, it's like he won't wet himself. He's
I
not
thought
gonna
he
be the
might
problem.
loaf. I thought the
No.
team might loaf, and they.
No, I mean,
way.
I got respect for him now.
There's two things.
He's got my attention.
There's two things working against Washington here. Two big ones. One, this team has seen them twice, so if anyone's gonna contain them, not stop them, but it would be Philly. Number two, there is no fucking way in hell the Philadelphia Eagles are going to turn the ball over 5 times. There's no fucking way in hell that's going to happen. Okay? None. Washington is not exactly stout against the run either. Saquon Barkley is the best player on that roster, and he is close. He can smell it. He's never been this close. He doesn't. This to me, he's going to be the difference in this game. I don't think Washington can stop him. I just don't. And they're not turning the ball over 5 times. No fucking way is that going to happen. So I got Philly in this game. It'll be a good game.
Those are great points.
I like this. It's going to be a great game. Don't get me wrong. Washington's not going to roll over here. But at the end of the day, Philly has a guy that's just as unstoppable, and they will not turn the ball. Washington's not getting extra possessions here. It's not happening.
What do you think, Lutton?
Listen, people in Philly won't be happy if they win a Super Bowl, if they lose this game. They'll be the same. They'll still be mad. So it's not even going to matter.
Pleasing these people.
No, please, these
They'll be
people.
happy. Philly,
Maybe for one day.
Philly's happy with the Eagles.
Philly fans are different. You guys are different.
February
Like you guys
3rd.
are like, all right, sweet. What are we doing next? Like
February
it's on.
3rd, partly cloudy,
Yeah.
partly sunny.
No, dude.
February 4th.
No, but that's not.
Philly
That's
has
not.
not stopped slobbing the Eagles' knob since they won.
And
that
I don't
Super
know
Bowl.
how hurt Jalen Hurts is.
That's the thing. They've got
That's the thing.
Saquon
They
Barkley.
keep. Yeah, they do. But the tush push, those types of things. That's another element that's not going to be there.
It'll be there.
Put this way.
Because
It won't be like 100% there, but
That's
yeah,
true,
you'll
that's
get you'll
true.
get a
They
seat.
do have to be.
Jalen
80% maybe,
Jalen Hurts
but-
can have an average game, and Philly can win.
You think he should just manage the game and they'll
Manage
win?
the game. He didn't have to do anything spectacular. This kid is going to have to do what he did last week, but better.
Yeah.
Something tells me
Because they're not going to get 5 turnovers. They're
We are
not.
gonna
It's not going to
have-
happen. He's going to have to be better than he was last weekend. And I'm not saying he can't be, but he's going to be a lot.
Let Lutton
Super-
go. Let Lutton go.
I think we're gonna have it all Native American Super Bowl. That's what I
I
like.
that. I like.
Yeah, because listen, in Virginia,
it's
they
a-
still call them Redskins.
it's-
Sorry, everyone.
It's an
No.
all indigenous.
Most people call it well,
The Redskins,
Yeah,
yeah.
no one's happy with that.
all indigenous.
The all indigenous.
The all
sure.
Native American. The all Native American.
Indigenous. That's great.
Indigenous.
I like where you're
I
at.
like
The
that.
indigenous Super Bowl.
Yeah,
I
the
love
problem
it.
is, I don't
with,
believe for a second
with,
that Washington can beat.
They like storylines, right?
I don't believe Washington could beat
Two
KC.
young black quarterbacks.
Another
Another storyline.
That's true. Good
Right.
storyline.
Well, that works
Right.
either way, doesn't
That
it?
works good. You got Dan Quinn, who's wet himself before in the
Right.
Super Bowl.
Second chances.
This
are
would be
nice.
his chance at redemption.
And then
Right.
If he was the one that knocked off Mahomes,
You got
Andy
you got
Reid going
Mahomes.
for the three.
last guy to do it was Brady.
See,
Oh.
here's
No
the
one's
thing.
ever done the three-peat.
No.
You gotta have KC in the Super Bowl because
No.
either you want to see the three-peat or you hate it. It's kind of like
Yeah.
when the Patriots had their them.
But
them
wouldn't
going
it be
for the-
great if
There'd be a
Buffalo
lot-
actually got there?
Yeah, but there'd be a
it
lot of
would.
energy, though, I think, for KC
I
and
think if
Washington.
Buffalo- I'll tell you what,
No,
if-
yeah,
if-
the energy would be
I
like
will say this,
crazy.
If this Super Bowl wound
Trump
up
would be
being
there.
Buffalo
He'll be hanging out
and
because
Washington,
it's just going to be rooting
I
for
will
the
say this,
Commanders.
I will say this though: if this Super Bowl wound up being Buffalo and Washington, this would be the feel good Super
would.
Bowls.
'Cause no matter
Everybody-
who wins.
you'd be happy for them.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
you would.
you're right. I
That'd
think
be
you're
the
right.
they'd be like,
Although-
and by the way, if it's a great game,
But
if it's a
except-
great game, which it would be,
Except
situation-
Patriot fans, Dolphin fans, we're
then-
not Bills fans.
Right, but nobody hates the Bills because
I
they've
would
done
be.
nothing.
You know what the
And
Bills?
it's kind of like the Vikings.
I'll
We
tell
don't really
you
hate
what,
the Vikings
I'll
as
tell
a
you what,
Lions
I would
fan.
have
You
no-
hate the Bears
if-
and the Packers.
Right.
If
I mean,
it's-
some
if
people
it's
do. I don't hate the
Bills,
Vikings.
Eagles.
Oh, you rooting Bills?
I'm rooting Bills.
No doubt.
I hate Philly. I
Ugh, that's
fucking
a-
hate Philly with a
yeah.
Yeah,
passion.
fuck that.
Well,
Buffalo's never won a goddamn
There,
thing. I
there's
hate
another
Philly.
statistic, and I got to get I'll get the URL for you in the site so you know I'm not playing games. But there is since
we believe
Man
it.
is not playing games.
since
America.
Jim Kelly
A lot of
went
good
to
play.
a Super Bowl and lost, he started a trend where every quarterback that's gone to the Super Bowl for the first time and lost never won again, even if they went back or they might have never went back since Jim Kelly. You can look it up. You start thinking Matt Hasselbeck, oh yeah, to Pittsburgh. You start going through the
only went
list,
to
and you're
one,
like,
though.
oh my god.
Hasselbeck only went to one.
So if he did, but he never went back,
went
or
back.
he didn't win one, right? If he went back,
Lost to
right?
Pittsburgh.
But like Russell Wilson won his first one,
yeah. And he
and then
lost
he won again. Patrick Mahomes won his first one.
No,
and then
Russell
he won.
Wilson never won again.
He lost to us.
He threw the pick on
No,
the
no,
goal
Russell
line.
Wilson won a Super Bowl against Denver.
Yeah, he lost to us though. He didn't win.
He
again.
did, but he
didn't
won the first one.
Yeah, but he didn't win again
Right.
after that.
Oh,
He
but he
did.
went- but
He
he went
did.
back.
But I'm saying the guys, but he still
He went
still
back
won.
to another one.
Right, he went back to another. Right.
So
So there's that. So something tells me that if that happens,
but-
the only guy in this scenario that's done that is
Jalen
Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
So it would make me think Casey's going to win it, right? To keep
look,
that trend.
thing is, though,
and
they
I don't know if
lost-
that's like some
See,
weird
here's the thing, though.
Illuminati
Here's the
trend,
thing,
but I
though.
think it's kind of bizarre.
no, but here's wrong.
right?
Philly,
That's a
if
long.
Philly,
That's
if
30
Philly
years.
got there against KC, Philly I think beats them because they lost to him a couple years ago and they should have beaten them. And now they
Yeah,
have Saquon
yeah,
Barkley. They have a better offense than the one
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
that
yeah.
hung 35 on them the last time. And I don't think KC can stop Saquon Barkley either.
Yeah.
They can't at all.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
to me,
It's-
I
Super
feel a
Bowl's in
lot.
New Orleans
I
too,
feel,
right?
I feel a lot better
it?
if it was Philly against.
Isn't
KC
it
than
New
was-
Orleans?
New Orleans?
Super Bowl?
If I was in the Georgia Dome.
I'm not sure.
I thought it was New Orleans.
yeah.
We gotta check that out. Look that up real
So
quick.
so here's the thing.
Because
I mean,
Jane Daniels would be right back in his backyard from being at LSU.
dude,
Yeah.
I'm so
Sugar
See,
Bowl.
so that's what I'm saying. Like,
That'd be
some
the-
of these
yeah, if it's in New
storylines are
Orleans,
really
yeah.
good,
so
man.
after
you know?
here's the other storyline.
Yeah.
Rookie quarterback to win a Super Bowl?
Yeah,
Never happened.
Never happened.
There's already pictures of him, Doug Williams, and him walking around
I know,
at,
so
at,
that.
at the facility. Like,
Dude, so after
like
that Lions
they want
game,
that storyline, I think. Don't
After
they?
that Lions game,
Doug
I said to
Williams
you,
as the coin flipper.
I
with the
said,
two black
Washington's
quarterbacks.
going to beat their ass.
Can you imagine that?
Right. I said that right after it happened because
You probably didn't
what
hear me.
they,
I did.
what they did.
Oh yeah, but good call,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
But I'm saying what they did
Doug
in
Williams, Doug
Detroit,
Williams.
that was fucking impressive.
It was, but they had 5 turnovers.
Right, but they caused them.
No, they did not. Goff
didn't
went,
cause
Goff,
any of
Goff
them?
I
made
thought
three-
they had- I thought
Goff
they-
made 3 awful
were hungrier.
decisions that
They were
could
hungry.
have been. Those could have been avoided.
They were starving.
All
They
the,
were
the,
more,
the
they
three,
were more prepared. It
the
seemed.
3 that he made,
38
were
to
on
28?
him. That's not. He made bad decisions. He made.
It's a
Mac
4th and
Jones.
2, and they're on whatever the.
He made Mac
within the
Jones
10-yard line.
with
Right?
Matt Patricia.
They go
coordinated
for it.
decisions.
And
That's what
get
he
it.
did.
I was like, they could have just kicked a field goal and went up 41,
I'm just
28.
saying.
Yeah.
Philadelphia.
Then they
is
score a
not-
touchdown.
I'm
And
saying
the next
though,
possession, they score another touchdown. We do
I'm
that
not
12 man
saying-
on the field thing. Like,
that
who
was,
does
that?
that?
Was bad.
I think Washington.
I know.
The Jameson Williams pick was awful.
I'm
too.
saying
that was Ben Johnson.
That was bad. That was Ben Johnson getting cute. Because he's like, I already got the Bears job.
Why didn't he just
The
tell the running
Bears.
back if it's not there, throw it out of
The
bounds?
Bears.
Bears.
The Bears. Terrible.
I
Anyway,
don't know.
what is
I'd
this?
like to pick Jaden.
I'll tell you right now. Here's the problem for the Commanders. There's no way Philly's turned the ball 5 times.
Right, but they
They're
beat
not.
Philly already this year.
Barely.
And it was because they
beat him.
hurt Jalen Hurts.
They beat him in Washington.
They hurt
This
Jalen
game is in
Hurts.
Philly. It will be close.
What do
The
you think
Eagles
about
win.
the D coordinator for Washington saying, well, if their defensive coordinator makes the decision to let Jalen Hurts run, we're going to hit him like a running back.
We're gonna hit him like a running back.
I was like,
I kind of like that.
I kinda
like that, but
are you scared or are you
No,
trying to
because
get
it's
this-
not like, to me, that's not a smack talk line. That's like, hey, this is what we're going to do. It's not like, oh, we're not worried about them. It's a different vibe.
Yeah.
We're going to hit him like a running back.
But they
Like,
already know that.
and you say it with a straight face, knowing that his knee's
but
bad.
Honestly, that's not a surprise.
Plant a
Kinda liked
seed.
it.
Philly
I
knows.
kind of did,
that-
yeah.
I
did
don't
too.
because Philly knows
Plant a
they're going to
seed.
do that. Not
Yeah.
planting a seed. They already know they're going to do it. They already know it. You think this is their first rodeo? They know they're going to
For
do
sure,
it.
for
Yeah,
sure.
but if
This
Jay-
isn't. That's not.
but
Listen,
Oh,
Jalen's
these
knee,
guys are-
Jalen's
these
knee
guys are
is
starting
You're
to
not
old.
going to stand there and tell me that the Philadelphia Eagles, who've been to a Super Bowl in the last 3 years, are surprised at that comment.
Nobody said they were surprised.
No, they're not worried about it at all.
Nobody
They're
said
like,
they were surprised.
That's-
But if
that's fluff.
Jalen's
It's
knee
fluff.
hurts,
Passion Billis is starting.
he could think
They're
about
He
starting to
won't
look
run.
pretty old.
If his knee is that bad, they
Wait
won't
till they
run
show
him.
Passion, Billis, Jay Billis, and Dave Passion, the announcers. Oh, when they just showed him, I was like, man, I'm getting really old because those guys look
Those guys look
25 years older than I do.
yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know if they're
Jay Billis.
quite that.
Best job in the world. Jay Billis has the best job.
Greatest gig ever.
Oh, wait, where's the biggest game in the country this weekend? Yes, I'll be there courtside. Yeah. We'll be joining you on the first. We'll be doing the pregame show, and then I'll be doing
what's his face?
Rick Barnes,
Yeah,
Damn.
rewards.
Providence.
Remember?
And then Texas.
He used to be at Texas, yeah.
Yeah, he's Texas for a long time.
Yeah, so I'm going Eagles because
Yeah.
I was really thinking Commanders, and then I was talking to a Commanders fan, and he goes, we can't stop the run. The
No.
run is our weakness. And
Yeah,
I'm like,
this
well,
is the
you're
last.
fucked
yeah,
then.
yeah, I mean, he's gonna have to. He would have to play better, significantly better than he did.
And
Against
Philly has to turn the ball
Philly
over.
has to turn the ball over, and I don't see it happening.
I hope it happens.
No. Philly. What do you think they've been talking about all week long? They watched that tape. Ball security. Detroit had over 400 yards of offense and scored 31 points with 5 turnovers. Philly's like, we don't turn the ball over. They can't stop us.
Yeah, yeah.
They can't fucking stop us. If I'm Philly, that's what I'm thinking.
And if you're Washington, you got to be thinking, we cannot punt in this game.
No, he has to score,
We have to score every fucking time.
possession.
Yeah, yeah.
We
It's,
can't
it's
punt.
not going to be indoors in ideal conditions. It's going to be outside in the cold.
It'll be
It's not
cold
gonna
this
be-
week. Yeah,
it'll be
yeah,
cold
yeah,
and
yeah.
It's not going to be
It's gonna be
ideal
freezing.
conditions. Yeah, it won't be in a dome in Detroit.
Or it might be like 50 something as well. No,
No,
Philly will be
think
cold.
it's- I think
By the way,
it's
this is the other
30s.
problem.
Yeah.
This is what makes the loafing of Detroit, which, by the way, they're in the league of loafing too.
Absolutely, they are.
They were indoors.
It was a
turned the
dome
ball
loaf.
over 5
It was a
times.
dome loaf.
Yeah, it's one thing if you're in a driving
Yeah.
snowstorm and that kind of shit happens, or it's raining side. Okay, in a dome,
A dome loaf?
Yeah.
your dome. It's like that is
There's
a
toilets everywhere.
Well, it's not
And
really
you
a
should-
dome. It's more. It's not.
Dude,
Ford
that is
Field,
a-
You know?
that
No,
is
it's a no because you're thinking the Pontiac Silverdome. That was the
But
old.
it's still
thing.
indoors.
No, I mean, a dome. It's
a dome.
It's still an
Fucking
indoor
dome. Yeah, it's indoor.
arena, but there's no like dome on it. You know what I mean? There's no.
There's a top on it.
It's a top on it. It's an ideal.
It's an actual roof that's on it. It's like a
Oh,
flat
Jesus
roof.
Christ.
Yeah.
It's a fucking
not like
dome.
a dome, Cap.
What's the fucking point? It's indoors.
It's indoors. Yeah, but you said it was a dome. I was just saying it's
I
not
mean,
a dome.
all right. What I meant was it was.
So if
I
it
knew
was
you
a-
meant- yeah,
if it was
yeah,
dome, that wouldn't happen.
so there's a
The
roof
fact that it was a flat roof, though. Oh, that
Oh
fucking.
my god.
Hey, let's not get crazy. It wasn't a dome.
I looked up and was like, my God, it's just
saying,
it's,
I'm just saying.
it's flat after all. What the
All right,
like?
let's look at the weather in fucking.
Let's look at the weather.
Philly.
In
Yeah.
loaf of
I'm gonna say it's gonna be 40 to 45.
No.
It's gonna be a little colder than that.
It's a high of 39.
Oh man, shoot, we're about to be what
ga-
50, 57.
What time's the game?
Something like that.
Game's
up
at
here.
3:30, 3 o'clock rather, because the other one's at 6:30. 38
Oh.
kickoff.
38,
It'll be chilly.
37, and then it starts to dive.
dips. It just
36,
dips.
34, 32.
Not like
And
Miami
look,
Dolphins, Kansas City dip.
This is why.
Where it was
This
like
is part of the
negative
reason
30.
why. This is part of the reason why Baltimore came back on Buffalo, because when the temperature gets colder and you're a running team, that just hurts more and more and more.
Yeah.
And that's why part of why Baltimore came back despite all their errors, because they're a running team.
Well,
and
the,
same
when they
thing with
didn't-
Philly.
When they
Philly,
didn't
same
run that
thing.
2-point conversion in, I understand the second one to Andrews.
He's
That
wide
was a good-
open.
That was a good play.
Yeah, it was a good call. Everything. He just
but
dropped
on the
it.
drive, when they ran it, how many times and got
Right
70
down their
yards,
throat, yeah.
and then you get the 2-point conversion, and he drops back.
Wait, are we talking about a hardball loaf?
Harbaugh.
No, not him. When has he ever done that before? I don't ever think
Harbaugh
Harbaugh
loafed.
loafed himself. No way.
that was
That's world news. Somebody
was
get
loaf
on
ball.
site.
That was Loafball.
That was he is Ludwig von Loafington.
Loafball.
That's Harbaugh's real name. He's Ludwig von Loafington.
Yeah, it could be.
He literally every time he gets in a big game, Kansas City AFC Championship last year.
Wait,
you know what we
Harbaugh?
shouldn't do? We shouldn't run the ball, even though we're the best.
saying Harbaugh.
Harbaugh.
But I don't know who he's talking about.
John
John
Harbaugh.
Harbaugh, the coach of the
Oh,
Ravens.
John Harbaugh. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
Ludwig von Loafington.
Sorry, I'm thinking of Jim. I'm like, Jim Harbaugh.
Harbaugh. Hold on a
What
second.
talking about?
Harbaugh, I hardly even know.
Who in God's
Man.
name?
Hey, man.
Terrible.
All right, I'm about to piss myself.
Oh, he's
It's
leaving.
about to be a wedding.
Okay. Well,
Wouldn't be segment 2 without this.
yes. By the way, this pee break again brought to you by the Good Doctor. Zero sugar cream
Zero
soda.
sugar sun kiss.
I'm telling you, and Lawton has discovered a new
Listen,
gem.
huge fan.
It's
honestly.
wonderful. Anyway, we're gonna take a break. We're gonna come back. Segment 3. We're gonna figure out what we're gonna talk about. Celtics, Knicks, and Pistons weekly update. Boston did finish the road trip 3-1, but I got a bone to pick with them about LA. So segment 3 is coming right up. See if I can get my mitts off. It's cold.